Hi there. Lesson number 1 about driving electric cars like this Volvo XC40 Recharge I'm driving today is that they go zoom very, very quickly. And it's an important thing to keep in the back of your head, because particularly if you have driven the internal combustion engine version of this very car, but the speeds that car achieved is nothing compared to the speed this car can go at. It goes very fast, very quickly. It accelerates like boom. I really cannot describe it in words. And I will not be surprised if there are more than a few accidents when people, because drivers will get rather stunned at the acceleration capabilities of electric cars like this. 408 horsepower in a relatively small SUV. I mean, compared to, say, the BMW X5 or something. This is a car that competes with the BMW X1 and the Mercedes-Benz GLA. And it's got the power output. It's got a power output actually not that far off from the BMW X3M I drove a few months ago. 408 horsepower in a car like this is a lot of power. Okay, it is a lot of power. Anyway, let's talk a bit more about the car. It's got a very nicely integrated Google Assistant on this central display screen. I really like it. Again, a fully digital display over here. And it has the other lesson about driving electric cars. So, lesson number 2 about driving an electric car. They are incredibly cheap to run. This car, after having driven it for over 100 kilometers today, inside Delhi, I mean, yes, I took it on the highway to Gurgaon and back, and I've been there. But inside the NCR, I haven't really gone on roads that people who drive in the NCR don't use on a regular basis. Right now, I'm driving down, between Defense Colony and Lajpat Nagar. This is Joseph Broz Tito Marg. Traffic. I'm trundling along at 30 kilometers an hour, and I have used 22.7 kilowatt hours of energy for every 100 kilometers. In Delhi, at least, the peak power rate, residential peak power rate, to be very specific, I pay for BSES Rajdhani is 8 rupees a unit, which means this car has a running cost of under 2 rupees a kilometer. The XC40 D4, nice 1.5 liter engine, very nice car to drive, everything is very nice, will at best give you 12, 13, maybe 14 kilometers a liter if you get lucky. So that car costs anywhere between 6 to 8 rupees a kilometer, depending on where you are in India. And at this time, today is again the 9th of April 2022, diesel is about 96 rupees in Delhi right now. I don't know if it's not 100, it's 100 plus in Bombay and some other cities. Petrol, of course, is 100 rupees plus in Delhi, it's 120 in Mumbai. Basically, this car costs 2 rupees a kilometer. A diesel car will cost 8 rupees a kilometer, a petrol car maybe 12, 13 rupees a kilometer. But the XC40 Recharge, while Volvo India has not given us any indication how much it will cost, will cost significantly more than the ICE model, the D4. The D4, I think right now has ex-showroom price. I'll have to check this. So I'll put it in a super. Is about 41, maybe 45-ish. Okay, so let's look at 45-ish. Then it competes very effectively against X1 and the GLA. It's a very nice car to drive. So even if this car costs 65 lakhs, it's a significant premium. And of course, this will come as a full import. There are questions over here. And while the running costs are 6 to 8 rupees per kilometer less, over 1 lakh kilometers, that does not really make up the difference. That said, that is today. Now, while power rates definitely will go up over the next decade, so will fuel prices. I will not be surprised if petrol starts costing 150 rupees a litre by the end of 2022. And, well, that is that. I genuinely think electric cars are the future. Maybe not this particular electric car. You'll probably see electrics coming in cars that are similar to all the Hyundai Cretas you see, and the Hyundai Creta is Delhi's standard drive in my opinion. And you'll start seeing electrics on Desires and vehicles similar to that. But this car is a fun car to drive. Of course, again, this is not the final spec that will be launched in India. The final spec will come with wireless Apple CarPlay. It will have no leather in the seats, more use of recycled materials, I believe, and a few other features here and there. Other stats that you need to know: it's got a 78 kilowatt-hour battery, which using a standard wallbox like I have at home, which is a 10 kilowatt-hour wallbox, will take 8 hours to charge. But if you can use a 150 kilowatt-hour DC charger, there are pretty fast DC chargers all over the place. Like this Indian Oil petrol pump I'm passing on this side, this has a 75 kilowatt-hour DC charger, which nobody knows how to use. That's a different issue. I'd come here when I had the Jaguar I-Pace. Nobody knew how to operate it. But there are also 22 kilowatt-hour AC chargers at many other Indian Oil pumps run by Tata Power. Long story short, with a 150 kilowatt-hour DC charger, you can charge this car in 30 minutes. Fully charge this car in 30 minutes. And while Volvo says a full charge is good for about 400 kilometers, from the battery stats that I see here, let's go to range assistant. I've driven 107 kilometers already, and it says I've got 220 kilometers left. So yeah, maybe 330 to 350 kilometers. You get a bit of regen. You can also put this car, let me go back to settings, driving. I can go on to something called, which basically means, okay, one pedal drive means, I lift my foot off the pedal and the accelerator pedal, and the car starts regenerating immediately. I like it at times. This is actually a very useful thing you have sometimes in the city in start-stop traffic like this. So you just go, and when you lift off, that's it. I mean, boom, 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 and it goes to full regen by itself. That's good. Electric cars are the future, and this is a very nice one to drive. I've had a good time today, and the driver is going to be coming back to pick it up in about 20 minutes. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. This is Kushal Mitra signing off. Do leave a like, do leave a comment. What do you think about this car? Do you think you would buy a Volvo XC40 Recharge if it was affordable? Or what price electric are you willing to spend? How much more for electric are you willing to spend? Electric car like the Tata Tigor EV that I reviewed a few weeks ago, that has about 3 to 4 lakh premium, but it's got a much smaller battery. So what sort of premium are you willing to pay for an electric car when you are saving so much per kilometer? Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and this is Kushal Mitra signing off once again.